How to retire early without the 4% rule. What if I tell you that you only need 4 steps to retire early? Yes, you heard me right. I took these exact 4 steps to retire early at 25 years old. After being fired from my job in the pandemic, I went from fired to fire. In this video, I will reveal to you the 4 steps to financial freedom to early retirement without using the 4% rule. The first step to early retirement is lifestyle realignment. This is not just blindly saving money, skipping your Starbucks order, or never dining out. You know I'm a bougie girl. Just look at all the handbags behind me. And I am also not a fan of depriving myself. Lifestyle realignment is all about making adjustments to your lifestyle that 1, actually moves the needle, and 2, does not make you suffer. In my opinion, it's not just about the saving, but it does give most people the quickest wins. If you have money or make money, you can save. And of course, since we're all smart here, we're not just blindly saving money. I believe in building systems and processes so that you can automate your savings and make it as hassle-free and friction-free as possible. Think automatically sending money to your savings account from each paycheck, or transferring a set amount of money from your checking account to your saving account every single month. I also believe in prioritizing saving. Most people spend, then they save. I save, then I spend. Whatever's left over after I save and invest, that is free for me to spend. This is how I have guilt-free money and guilt-free spending. Instead of feeling bad about every single purchase that I make, I feel good when I spend money because I know that I already covered my bases by prioritizing saving and investing. The next step, step number 2, is uncovering your investor personality. So many people dive into stock market investing without even understanding what are their goals and what's their personality. And so they end up picking an investment strategy that does not align with who they are at all. And of course, it also does not align with their goals. Are you guilty of this? For example, I know I'm super lazy and I can't be bothered with checking the stock market every single day or even week. I also don't check the news daily. That's why I don't like getting into freshly IPO'd stocks, penny stocks, or super volatile stocks. With the interest rate so low and these high yield savings account paying us next to nothing, investing is not just a nice to have, it's pretty much a must. It is the only way for you to not lose money to inflation. And there's an investment strategy for everyone. Even if you're a lazy investor like me, you can still look into investing in low-cost index funds and ETFs, which in simple words is just a basket of different stocks that track a specific index. For example, the S&P 500. This way, you automatically diversify your investments and you also don't need to spend time looking into each individual stock in the index. And I also want to clarify that when I say investing, I don't mean day trading or swing trading. That is not what I'm about. To be honest, I'm too lazy for all that. And I can't be bothered to check the stock market or my portfolio daily or even weekly. By investing, I mean long-term investing. Buy and hold. Doing research on the fund or the individual stock so you can hold on to it for a year or even more. There are 3 benefits to doing the buy and hold strategy. Number 1, less taxes. Who wants to pay less taxes, right? Number 2, less work. And number 3, more gains. The more you buy and sell, the more taxes you have to pay. If you buy and sell within a year, you have to pay this thing called the short-term capital gains tax. And that is taxed higher than a long-term capital gains tax. So by just holding onto the same stock for just over a year, you get to pay less in taxes. And the more you buy and sell, the more time you have to put into researching each individual company. And that is if you want to do things right. If you're just gambling your money in the stock market, that's a different story and we have a different problem here. And research has also shown that the more you buy and sell, actually the less money you make, which is pretty counterintuitive, right? Because we're all taught to, work hard and earn more by working hard. But in the stock market, it's actually the opposite. The less you buy and sell, the more you end up getting. Like what they say, it is not timing the market, but time in the market. And now here comes a question that I've always been really, really curious about, especially when I was still first starting out. What if I don't have the money to invest? And that's why you want to go to step 3, which is uncovering your monetizable identity. Most personal finance gurus just tell you to save and invest, and sometimes they tell you exactly what to invest in. Sometimes they talk about low-cost index funds, but none of them actually tell you how to get that money to put into your portfolios to begin with. Sure, you can technically start investing with just $10, but Is that really going to move the needle? Just saving and investing cannot get us to early retirement unless we are already making high six figures at our 9 to 5s. And not all of us are software engineers who joined the company pre-IPO and are now making millions after the company IPO'd. This is where discovering your monetizable identity comes to play. This is what I believe. Anything can be monetized. Anything can be turned into an income stream. Think Tech Lead's YouTube channel. He monetizes his identity as an ex-tech lead, ex-Facebook employee, ex-husband, and current multimillionaire. Think Graham Stephan, who monetized his car, his house, and even his relationship and his girlfriend. Think 6-year-old Ryan, who unboxed toys and made $11 million in 2017. 2017? I just graduated college and was making, $59,000 at my first ever job as an auditor at a Big Four accounting firm? Anything can potentially be an income stream if you know how to monetize it. I have a specific framework that makes it easy for you to discover your monetizable identity. Want to know how? DM me the word monetize on Instagram at cherrytongue.co to learn more. Lastly is design your freedom blueprint. Do you know one of those people who are super obsessed with numbers, super obsessed with saving and investing that they say no to anything that costs money, including a girlfriend? Yeah, that was me. Minus the girlfriend. After being on the opposite end of the spectrum, literally so cheap that I decided to sleep in my car to save money and not get an apartment like other normal 20-something-year-olds, I finally realized that life is not just a numbers game. When do we know when to stop? When to stop penny pinching and chasing after the next income goal and net worth milestone? What is the ultimate end goal? Financial freedom, right? So in other words, if we know we're able to live our dream life, that is when we can finally stop. This is where we can start designing that freedom blueprint. What is the lifestyle you want to live after retirement? What is included in the life that you desire? A husband, kids, big houses, backyard pool? These all impact the eventual stopping point, aka when do you stop chasing after the numbers? When do you stop trying to maximize your earnings and maximize your savings? So right now you might be thinking that I'm going to talk about the 4% rule. No 4% rule, no 20x rule. The 4% rule only applies if you are planning to have a 30-year retirement horizon, aka you want to retire for 30 years. But if you're watching this video and you're, not in your 50s, then the 30-year retirement horizon does not apply to you. In fact, the 4% rule only works 37% of the time if you're pursuing FIRE, aka if you're actually retiring early and not in your 50s. So instead of trying to achieve a specific FI number, here's my advice. Focus on making enough passive income that covers your living expenses. Your living expenses will be determined by what kind of lifestyle you want to live after retirement. Do you see yourself getting married, having kids, living in a high cost of living city like LA, like me? And your passive income streams will depend on your investor personality and your monetizable identity. For example, my investor personality is pretty laid back, pretty lazy. So I like to look into low cost index funds and ETFs. And I also like to look into dividend investing because that's also relatively stable and passive. And for me, my monetizable identity also led to some of my passive income streams. Some of my passive income streams include dividend income, rent income, passive income from evergreen course sales, YouTube ad revenue, interest income, and staking my cryptocurrency, just to name a few. And these total up to around 20K every single month, enough to cover my current living expenses with my current lifestyle. Can I do more and make more? Of course. But as of right now, I want to focus on my mental health, my well-being, my personal growth, and my personal finance education business. I believe this is the best thing for me in the long run. This is how to retire early without the 4% rule. I'm fortunate that I've done these things in my early 20s, so by 25 years old, I get to retire, explore the world, try new things such as skydiving, and dedicate my time to educate creators and coaches on how to retire early without burnout. I now get to retire from corporate at 25 years old after being betrayed by corporate, aka fired by my job just 2 weeks after I returned to work from a medical leave. That's a story for another day. I don't believe in retiring at traditional retirement age. I don't believe in enjoying the fruits of my labor when I'm all old and wrinkly. In fact, I don't think I age gracefully according to this filter. And because I've done the 4 steps, lifestyle realignment, discovering my monetizable identity, uncovering my investor personality, and also designing my freedom blueprint. I get to take control of my life and say F you to any BS in my life, to any people who have mistreated me, or the system that have screwed me over with my FU income streams. That, my friend, is the power of the 4 steps to early retirement. Now tell me, what is your version of early retirement? What's included in your freedom blueprint? Dream big, because the sky's the limit. So far, we talked about exactly how to retire early without using the 4% rule. I'm going to link my next video up here, but don't click on it yet. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more fire content from me. And if you want to dive deeper into early retirement, make sure to DM me the word FIRE on Instagram at cherrytongue.co.